Okay, quick audio check. He's online.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay, quick audio check. We're good.
Well, let's hear this mic as well.
Say something.
Yeah, but keep the volume up.
Jessie Samuel. Wat hem aantrek en nergens in vat nie.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yes. It works!
I've come
I mean,
to
that's
talk
what
with
people
you
in the
again.
future.
Was a vision softly creeping.
Copyright infringement.
And I will stop now.
Demonetization.
Demonetization, please. We don't even have monetization yet. So, please, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That is a fantastic way to start the stream. So, welcome everyone to another session of Isles of Adomawyr, which is a somewhat ironic name, seeing as all of the episodes currently released has happened underground and not on any islands. We are working hard to change, well, I am working hard to change that. These people are working against me. No, I'm joking. That's not really that bad. So, just a few minor announcements, I think is the proper term. First off, I did kind of mention or hint at that last Isles of Adomawyr session. I did say that in the previous Curse of Strahd episode. The Dice Goblin Tower, which is currently making noise because my dice are falling around, is available online on Brim Designs. Link in the description below, BD Terrain. You will find it there with 6 unique engravings on this side. So if you are looking for a way to not only roll your dice but store your dice, along with methods of choosing a favorite and keeping some of them in jail because they were naughty, as dice tend to be, this is the perfect option, at least that I am aware of. And I design this kind of stuff, so I'm fairly aware of these kind of things. Or at least I should hope so. Mike, you work in hobby shop. You should be more aware of this.
Yeah, not only dice towers though.
So, and then the second thing, as of yet, still not a sponsorship, but we are promoting them as we do like their beverages. Raymond's Breweries, local, I won't say walking distance because it's actually quite far if you really want to walk from where I am, but fairly close, and we all have enjoyed and fairly often enjoy their selections of beers. And as all of you probably would remember from 2 weeks prior, the Dragonfire whiskey. That is actually not Dragonfire, that is actually not Draymond's, that is just fairly good whiskey.
They wouldn't know it, so shut up.
So, yeah, well, you can't actually put that on camera because copyright infringement with the specific characters on there, which I realized too late after I poured it. But anyways, so yeah, they make some fantastic beers. They make what we know as Dragonfire whiskey, although under a different name. They call it chili whiskey. I believe our name is better, and I'm probably going to get a cock-out message from Gerard in a few minutes because I said my name for their brand, for their product is better, but that's my problem, not yours. So if you want to try Dragonfire, it's also there. They do also have some other phenomenal whiskies. Their link to their website is also in the description. Draymond's. So if you're interested in that, go check them out and tell them we sent you. The more people we send them, the better our chances are of actually just getting beer, maybe a bottle of whiskey if I'm lucky.
We can all help.
So yeah, tonight's is one of my old favorites. It's the darkest of their varietals. The Jolly Monk beer whose hops is dried out over an open flame, giving it a smoky taste. So if you're a Scotch fan, you'll enjoy this beer. If you don't like Scotch, try something else. At least that is my opinion. So, in your case, usually. So, as is tradition in my friend group, we use the Scandinavian to your good health score. Don't let him empty glass, please. That's just insulting.
That your power.
So, last we left off in Isles of Adomawyr, or the Underdark of Adomawyr is probably more accurate. The four of you, unfortunately Megan cannot join us, as is fairly obvious, along with Shadow and the two kobolds, Smok and Kak, found their way through the portal. Encountered a few enemies that might have been somewhat familiar to some, but not necessarily. Unfortunately, the portal closed behind you. None of you are quite sure why exactly, which also does mean that Will's Steel Defender is either non-existent, i.e. killed, or in a position that Tilmir won't be able to reach you easily enough. You found yourselves in a fairly large cavern with a kind of a sandy, although black sand ground, and the walls seemingly made from a very shiny black rock, possibly, well, similarly looking to something like obsidian. You discovered an interesting creature who seems willing to help you. Before moving forward, all of you decided to take a long rest and split up, taking watch of the evening. Thankfully, nothing occurred during that time. So if you haven't taken a long rest already, please do so, or else it's your loss. Such is life. But you wake up in the same cavern you decided to spend the night, in a small little corner. Nothing out of the ordinary appeared to have happened during the evening between Isla and Shadow's watch shifts. The two kobolds are snuggled together in a corner, snoring softly as you arouse from your sleep. The day, for lack of a better term, seeing as you're underground, is yours. What do you wish to do?
How many passages are there leading from this? Obviously the one we came in.
So there's the one you entered in, obviously. There's a stream flowing through the center of the cavern.
Okay.
It's short enough that you'll probably be able to jump it in a few places, or narrow enough, sorry, not short enough. Beyond that, there's no obvious routes over the stream itself.
Okay.
So there's a bit of a tunnel where the stream comes in and a tunnel where the stream leaves. If you wish to try those routes, although some of you might be a tad too big for those tunnels. The opposite end of the cavern there appears to be 2 tunnels leading out. You're also not quite sure where the creatures you fought previously originated from.
What's the temperature of the water in the stream? Lukewarm, ice cold, frigid?
Are you going to find out?
Well, yes. So, Imogen will walk over, remove his helmet and then wash his face with the...
It's refreshingly cold. It's clear that this water has been underground for quite some time and not encountered any heat sources here. So it's fairly cold, but considering your current stance, quite refreshingly so.
Well, I will get up, make sure I have all my things. Shall we move on to the farthest tunnels?
Which one?
No. We'll decide when we get there.
Well, can't disagree with that logic, we can go. And as he walks back from watching his face, he'll just kind of look at Grizz's like broken arm. The arm that was broken. And then he'll reach out, touch it like feels good. The fingers is still fucked though.
I can still wield a weapon. So
Fair. But are we gonna remove the fingers?
why would I want to remove them? I can still wield a weapon.
Reattach them properly?
I'm not here for looks.
Well,
So at that, like, Imogen was just grim, collect the last of his things. Velvet is at big axe. Make ready to follow wolf.
right, is everyone ready?
Yeah. You will ever be in a dark tunnel.
Ida, Shadow, are you ready?
They appear to be satisfied with the evening. The little rest that they, well, at least for the 2 of you, the little rest that they appear to have gotten seems a little bit strange, but yeah. So quickly, for the worst long jump you guys have in order to cross the stream, I quickly double check, seems to be about 7 or 8 feet, which is more than enough to clear the stream in this, well, not in the center, but running down the middle of the cavern, provided you do take a running start. So if you all take a bit of a run, you'll fairly easily clear the stream. Alternatively, it's shallow enough that you'll probably be able to wade through, although Imogen, you did notice when you cleaned your face that the current seems to be quite strong, so it might not be the best of ideas.
So Imogen will relay this information as they approach the stream, and then he'll make a suggestion. Well, why don't you go over and I'll touch you the kobolds.
Yeah, sounds good. So I will take a running start and expertly long jump. Over.
Just because you said it that way, quickly roll me an acrobatics check.
Yes, sir. I will.
Just to see if you stick the landing.
That is a 15.
Not quite a superhero pose as you hoped, but you do land on your feet. You don't face plant. So, landing on your feet, struggling a little bit, but managing to fairly easily maintain your balance. You're on the opposite side of the stream.
Right. Turn around. I'm ready.
So,
You'll have to toss me.
yeah, stop it. Imogen will look at the 2 kobolds and like,
Nope.
So you're gonna stay behind.
And with that, Clark takes a run towards the stream, lifts off and does not stick the landing, but manages to clear the stream. Sorry, Clark. He's the more mischievous of the two. Mook looks at this, looks up at you, looks back at Clark, looks at you, is like, okay.
It's like, clench up.
And looks down as if somewhat ashamed, but giving himself over to be tossed.
So,
Clench up,
Temujin
boy,
will-
fastball special.
uncharacteristically Temujin.
Unceremoniously.
He'll kind of be quite gentle actually, and then very carefully, yeah, one buddy.
Roll me a strength check, both of you.
Yeah. 19. Oh no, I got 22, but I rolled a 19.
No, my whole
I just thought it was funny. You rolled 19, I rolled a 19.
So, Mook is quite a bit lighter than you initially anticipated. And you pick him up and heave him across. Will you catch him fairly easily and put him down quite gently? Kark looks at him a little bit disgusted. Show off. And sulks away. The rest of you manage to find your way fairly easily over the stream. Seeing that it's not that bad, quickly roll me an acrobatics check. Just one of you in general to get an idea.
That is going to be 9.
Having somewhat shorter legs than Will does mean you struggle a little bit with the landing, but you mostly maintain your balance, including Isla and Shadow. And you're on the opposite side of the stream with about 20-30 odd feet ahead of you, the 2 tunnels leading out of this cavern.
Okay. How far can I see down the passageway?
Both of them, if you stand directly in front of them to give yourself the best chance possible, only go about 40, maybe 50 feet or so before swerving off in a different direction.
Okay, both of them.
Both of them.
Buddy, little buddy. That's the guy that's on Will. What's down there? He points at the first one.
Which is the first one according to you, right or
So
left?
we look for left.
Okay. Now that's an interesting question, isn't it?
So you don't know.
No.
In this one?
Probably the safer bet. There are some things that might try and kill you.
Things that been trying killing us for a long time. Well, what do you think?
Rather the devil we know than the devil we don't.
Yeah, if he says it's the safer choice, then we do that.
Okay.
Or the better choice. Okay.
Just remember, you're coming with us.
So Temujin will kind of just glance at this whole situation going on and then don his helmet and take the lead. Making sure he is first down.
So the passageway, you're not quite sure where it will lead. Goes up, comes down, swerves to the left, swerves to the right. There's no other major passageways that you find leading off. Here and there's a small alcove leading off from this main passageway. Possibly this was a waterway and there was a bit of turbulence that caused these. Possibly they were creatures that created these alcoves as small resting places for when they were tired. I'm not quite sure. At this point, the environment hasn't really changed much. It's still the black sandy bottom, as well as the almost glass-like black rock making up the walls and ceilings.
How bright is it in there?
It's pitch black. If it wasn't for your dark vision, you wouldn't have any idea where you guys are going.
Does Timogen have dark vision? Yes. Okay.
I think currently the weakest dark vision is you and the two kobolds at 60 feet.
No, 120 feet.
Yeah, I have 60 feet.
I probably should note that on my GM screen.
Yeah.
I have that magical
I think this is actually the best dark vision.
because it's,
No, Isla also has 120 because she's drow.
yes, but mine's also through magical black darkness.
So he sees in color as well.
No.
I don't know, he still sees in shades.
Okay, so it's the two of you
60.
at 60, along with Mock and Cock at 60.
I don't think we ever added that item to my inventory.
Just send me a WhatsApp to remind me. I'll look at that in the week.
That give me the ability to cast two cantrips per turn.
Just as a reminder.
Always looking to add that.
But that's why I'm giving you a reminder, so you can actually remember and not forget it for like the past 6 or 7 sessions.
Save it for a rainy day.
And according to D&D Beyond, you used your inspiration.
I know, I was playing with it earlier, I just refreshed the page. I never used it.
It's kind of what I'm going on. Fine, I'll give you a dice as well. There, feel better about yourself, please.
I'm saving this for the BBEG.
You're going to be saving that quite a while, as there's still quite a bit that needs to happen before you can face.
You have to give it to me every 2 weeks for 2 years.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take that long to reach the BBEG, but
Yeah.
well, we never know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, going down that path still.
Yeah, so Temujin will have his walking ready. Because he doesn't have a shield, he'll have his left hand ready to shove anything to the side and whack it in the head with the warpig, but he's still leading on trying to protect as much as possible.
so the passageway, for the most part, seems to be sized such that it's large enough for all of you to comfortably walk through. At no point does Will have to try and duck and suffer the consequent rolls.
See, the game is nice.
I try.
I think he just doesn't want to waste time. Roll with 36 dexterity checks.
Just because you said that, I'm inclined to bring a lower portion in. So you move through this fairly easily, and you quickly find yourselves in another large cavern.
And another one.
So large you're unable to see the opposite side. The roof is clearly within view, although much higher than the tunnel you were just in. And where you are, you notice a second tunnel to your left, also entering into the cavern. Temujin, you hear something on the opposite side of the cavern. I'm not quite sure what.
So, so Temujin will immediately communicate this. And, guys, there's something in here with us.
Hmm.
What it is? I have no idea. I just hear it on the other side.
That is
Quite disturbing.
even annoying. Well, it's definitely not within 120 feet of us, at least. I wonder what it might be. Does anyone have a spell or something that can shed us light to the other side of the cavern?
I can cause darkness, but that's pretty pointless.
I cast darkness in darkness.
Yeah.
Not quite radiant.
Right.
How about we
Riz,
just shoot in that general direction?
quickly roll me a perception check, please.
Come on, you guys. That is a whopping 11.
So, what are you guys casting to see if you can find out what's on the opposite side of the cavern?
So, I don't have magic, but I would suggest you will make ready and then I can try something.
Where everyone's a shadow.
All of you have torches.
Can you direct me in a specific direction that it was in? Or rough position?
Would Temujin be able to point out?
Well, it's not exactly straight, but it's definitely across the cavern. The cavern is mainly long and narrow, relatively speaking. It seems to be probably about 100 feet wide, and then you're not quite sure how deep because you can't see the opposite end. So 100 feet wide, that does give both of you and the two kobolds the ability to see either wall to the side of you, as it's less than 60 feet away, and being in the middle, but you're not quite sure how far it goes.
I suggest you shoot him. You stand on one side, we on the other side, check if something goes from one side to the other.
I would suggest, and Temujin points in the general direction where he thinks the noise originated from, as accurately as he possibly can, and then he'll communicate like, I do believe that it would be best for us to take up a defensive position and make whatever is out there come to us.
Hmm.
If there are multiple, we can always funnel them into the tunnel and we can take them out one by one like we swore we'd like the previous time.
Yes, that would be ideal.
So, well, perhaps throw a torch as far as you can.
I'm going to cast Firebolt actually, because they aren't within 120 feet of us.
Nothing beyond that. So
Yeah.
you can see up until 120. Beyond that, you're not able to see.
Yeah, so I can't see them, and I can see 120 feet. I only throw a torch 60 feet, so my Firebolt can go 120 feet. At least that will give us a faint radius if something were there.
Cast it,
I'm going to.
and then take a defensive position, and I will do the rest.
Sounds good.
Grace,
Yeah.
you
No is an acceptable answer.
Master Will, you don't perhaps have an extra shield?
Let me see. I'm afraid I think the best I can do you is handing you some old clothes that you can wrap around your arm.
No, that's not. That will not. Very well.
I don't think I have.
We'll do. Yeah. I am ready when you are, my lord.
Righto. As the fire bolt awakens in my hand and I chuck it.
Chuck fire.
Now it says hurl, you hurl a mode of fire, so I guess
So,
the maximum range, obviously.
fair enough. It goes quite far. And Mike, Temujin, you and Grizz specifically hear stones moving, shifting.
Does it sound familiar?
Something big.
Well,
Wait, can you guys hear it?
Yes.
Shall I cast another?
No. Hold on. Get ready.
Well,
Get in the tunnel now.
yes, it's at least 120
Get
feet away.
in the tunnel.
yeah, we don't know how fast it is.
And ready that boomstick.
Boom, boom.
How wide is the tunnel again?
Just under 10 feet.
Okay, so I can set up on the one side with my shield and my rifle, my boomstick. And they'll still be able to come past me if they need to.
Yeah.
Okay. So I shall retreat and set and shunt my shield into the ground and take aim with the bad news.
Okay.
So Temujin will cast Thaumaturgy. And he will use one of the powers. Your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute. And then in Infernal, he will shout a challenge. Come at me, beast. I am waiting.
I'll just stand next to Vision just in case anything comes back to back. We'll hit it.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro.
I'm Boy Wonder, he's Batman. I'm the psychic.
I'm Batman.
It's probably better than Batman, but okay. You don't hear a response as such. There's clearly shifting on the opposite side of the cavern, loud enough that you hear it this time as well.
Is there another brother running through or not?
No.
I'm going to.
Sorry, it's definitely moving closer.
You hear shifting. You're not sure which direction. It's just this time around, and especially with being alert, it's loud enough that Will is able to hear this as well.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move. I'm going to pick up my shield, shoulder my bad news, and walk 30 feet forward again. How far are you guys from the tunnel?
Right next to it. So Temujin will step
Okay.
in kind of to the left and just behind you.
Okay.
So that
So-
if he sees something, he can very quickly move in front
I'll
of
be
you
on the other side of you.
Okay.
and take the...
Okay. I think we move forward and see what it is. Well, if I can get into viewing range, we still have enough time to retreat.
Quickly roll me a group perception check. So essentially, one person can roll with advantage because everyone's helping, or two people roll.
Roll with advantage. I think, although I think my perception might be higher.
But that's meta.
Technically.
Technically, but yeah.
I would say him
Sorry.
because he's looking
Yeah.
forward.
That is a 22.
While moving up, you notice a few stalactites, about 5, hanging from the ceiling that is somewhat different than the rest of the cavern. The rocky formation that they're made up of doesn't really seem to fit.
Does the pattern resemble those creatures that we fought?
Roll insight check.
Skip the dice tower, why don't we?
Tasks failed successfully.
Yeah, 17.
Appears quite similar. They're mainly clustered on the ceiling a little bit to the right from the center of the ceiling. Probably about good 20, 30 odd feet from the center.
And they're all clustered together.
Yes.
Okay, so I relay. I see something on the ceiling. It reminds me of those stalagmites, monsters that we faced earlier. I think they might be hung up there.
Let's not leave enemies behind us.
Yeah.
I'll throw a torch as far as I can ahead of us.
Wait.
To create light.
Okay.
And you shoot the stalactites.
How far away are they from us?
They're good about 60, just below 60 feet ahead of you. So it's such that they can actually see them as
Okay,
well.
I'll point it up to you. I can cast a firebolt up there to see if they do move.
I can cast out.
By which point I can double fire with my broomstick as well.
Let's do it.
Or do you want to do an Eldritch Blast? And then
So,
I'll ready up my...
Phase 5, I think you can target 2, I can target 2. Or you can all pinpoint 1.
Yeah, I just want to see if they do move. If they do move, then I can take my 2 shots.
So it's lovely.
So you can cast your Eldritch Blast, and at that point I will stake my shield, take aim up towards them. And ready up, so I'll bold action if they do move and fire at you.
If my laptop will work with me, it will be very nice. Very nice. Let me just manage this quickly. Where I did open this beforehand, but apparently it doesn't want to play along now.
Thank you, sir.
Lemon or pineapple?
Choice is yours.
Give me a pineapple.
Okay. So I think with this, good start would be to maybe build out a map quickly.
It seems we are heading in that direction.
shadows. That seems to be all of the ones that is relevant to caverns. If I can find my mouse, and I can maybe update everything. Much as what is this is, think about it, it is pretty much the entire thing. So it is. That is 90 by 180 feet.
About right.
So that is pretty much right.
So the walls,
Sorry about that.
so the walls are all on the side. Just imagine that. As is.
Thou shalt not
You
touch
can all use your imagination.
Here we go.
Imagine that.
Also, finally I get to use range.
Hey, I'm trying to be nice to you guys, okay?
Thank you. I'm still waiting for the day that I can use my most opportune range with the bad news. So I'm waiting for that surface.
Okay.
Watching the battle's there. Just one roll, it's like fuck off that way.
How far is bad news?
800.
2.5 in my bow.
But he doesn't take disadvantage with his long range shots.
So, Timogen. Okay. Unfortunately, Eyelash, Shadow, and the kobolds will mostly be sitting this one out, seeing as Megan decided to not join us on this day.
Sacrilege.
If we get into trouble, she can just cast healing spells.
Yes.
Just save the thing for the demon.
Okay. I do believe this is fairly close to Grizz. And I know I put away Will's miniature close by somewhere. So yeah, okay. You guys are entering from this side, slightly to the right. It's actually not that bad. Now it's that bad. If you, so it's just the side of the mic, yeah.
Maybe where we came in.
Yes. And then
I'm 30 feet, right? So that's 6.
so just this side. No, you took the right hand path, not the left hand.
Oh, they're both. Okay, so I came diagonally, I assume. Walking diagonally.
Yeah, so center is about there. Where these guys are is roughly where the stalagmites are.
You're on my left.
Yeah, I was on your right.
And do that. And that.
Yeah, you can put me right next to you, just slightly down, yeah.
So we're trying to. You keep the left hand side, I keep the right hand side, you keep the throat.
The left is the position of honor.
No. Left, because you need your right hand free in order to defend the honor.
And you don't. You shoot.
Why?
You need your right hand free.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? If you are on my left, I am in the way of your right hand.
No. You need your right hand free so that what is on your left can be defended.
Okay.
I.e.,
Now I am.
your lady friend should be on your left because your right hand is your dominant side. If your left is your dominant side, your lady friend is on your right.
Medieval warfare also dictated that your most experienced troop were also always stationed on the left hand side.
Goodies.
Okay, so you guys are chucking firebolts and eldritch blasts and so on into the
He's got
ceiling.
Eldritch Blast at those things, and I took position.
Okay, so just to make this somewhat easier, I'm going to ask for a initiative roll, if you don't mind. Just find myself between all of my random tabs. Well, that is fun. I think I just matched your lowest roll ever. Or I might have beaten it.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be a minus to beat it.
Say again?
You have to be a minus to beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so -1.
0.
So it's a natural 1 on the dice, -2 to the initiative. -1.
Ow!
Yeah. So that means he only becomes effective turn 3.
Yeah, he has to wait another turn.
Don't push your luck. So 25 to 20.
20.
Are you sure about that, or do you need to think about it? 20 to 15.
15.
13.
And a 1. And a -1.
Wow.
Aren't you guys lucky? So, top of the round. You prepare yourself. Are you holding an action?
Yes, holding an action. If they move, I will fire at them.
With.
The bandage.
Okay. So, holding an action.
So, Temujin will hold an action if something comes towards them within 30 feet. He will take his movement and then attack twice.
Okay.
Not fire now, which rolls 1 on each one of them.
It's 5.
Okay, take 2.
Well, they're all pretty much
One
the same
and-
size.
1 and 2. Just
Okay.
1 and 2.
Roll your attack.
So, for the first one, that's 18 plus 7, that's 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so the second one is now, that is
13 misses.
So the first one here. Son of a bitch, you fucking asshole. 4 damage.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm going to assume at this point that they are sentient.
So, nothing happens.
Okay.
Temujin, the noise you heard down the cavern changes. It seems to be coming closer.
Are we still working on actions now, or we're not in combat officially?
No, you guys. So the moment initiative gets initiated, you guys are running in combat order, so you will only be able to notify them of what is going on when it's your turn. So, top of the round, will those stalactites didn't move. Temujin on deck.
Did I hear the noises?
No.
The movement? I am going to cast Firebolt on them.
Okay, so just quickly, Megan WhatsApp me. All of you have bless.
Okay, what does Bless do again?
It adds a D4 to your dice roll.
Which rolls?
Any attack or ability check.
Away Blaze.
Thank you, the ghost of Megan.
Away Blaze, Megan.
Yeah, put like a Bless
Bless
in.
massacreness.
Bless the.
Away Bless.
There's your Bless Massa. Bless you.
Apparently, I am missing a D4. Why am I missing a D4? I'm not missing a D4.
I don't know,
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of these feeds tonight. Me and Lennon.
No, you're just getting the same one every single time you guys are playing because you're never using your inspiration.
Look, we can make a stack.
Just remember, inspiration doesn't stack. You either have it or you don't.
No,
So as long as you don't use it, you cannot get another one. So, Will, what are you doing? Sorry.
I will lower my rifle and I will cast 2 firebolts on the stalactites.
Roll for attack.
First one, that is a 21.
That hits.
Second one, that is an 18.
Misses.
Coolies. That is going to be 3d10.
Oh, don't worry, this can only get worse.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Leo.
So the first one, 17.
Okay.
Oh, that is 17 damage.
Temujin. Grizz on deck.
Lighting a torch and throwing it counts as an action.
Yes.
Okay. So Temujin will simply call out enemy ahead, and then I will hold an action to as soon as it reaches within 30 feet of them, he will charge ahead and attack it twice.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast, like the one I hit twice.
Go for it.
Where's the damn SMS? Both miss. I think I hear that.
Fascinating.
2 twos.
So, I quickly need to go grab another monster
Yeah.
token, seeing as I don't have any of them close by.
We should wait for this.
So, new dice. Don't like me.
Why don't you just call out your dice next time as well? Instead of just saying it failed.
I know it fails because it's 2.
Yeah, but then just call out your dice.
Okay. Fine.
For the
Yeah,
sanity of all.
Yeah, I might feel sorry for you.
I know that.
Make it graze, you know. At
Just
least
call it out.
you could always fail spectacularly, so just call it.
What, shoot the top of it, it all falls down, everyone dies?
Yes.
Yes, rocks fall, everyone dies.
Especially since you threw 2 shoes.
If it was 2 ones, we'd all be fucking dead, man. If it was 2 ones, you hit by, you turn around and shoot me in the wall. If it was 2 ones, you
Sorry about that.
if it was 2 ones, you hit the kobolds and Megan kills you.
You don't have Bless anymore, now you have Bane.
Yes.
Are we released?
I'll bless you.
Okay, so this aspect is somewhat important. The specific creature being represented is incorrect. The scale, on the other hand, is not.
I don't like
So, size, yay. Creature, not like.
So, the stalactites, you're kind of getting the impression, are inert. They're not reacting to your attacks.
Something.
Okay.
However,
Why am I scared?
okay, so just an update. Megan let us know in the group that if you guys touch her kobolds, you are dead. So,
Megan, you're not here.
best wishes to all of you. All of you notice more or less at the same time erupting from the black sand. Like I said, the creature being represented is incorrect, but the scale is correct.
Oh, hooray.
The fuck?
Erupting from the ground, a worm-like creature with what appears to be a hardened carapace. On the ends of the carapace, you notice bony protrusions ending up in horns. There's no eyes you're able to make out. Instead, the front of this creature is made up of a giant gaping maw, filled with rows upon rows of teeth, ready to chomp down on anything in its way. Temujin, that is within range for your attack, so you do get your reaction to take the you were holding.
Do I get to choose a movement path?
Mm-hmm. As long as it's within range, you're good. So yes, the creature is incorrect, but the scale is correct.
Just want to check. Because I think it's just 30 feet.
You'll have a maximum of 30 feet movement. Diagonals do count.
And I will do both my attacks while screaming in infernal some war chant. First attack will be total, grand total of 17.
17 misses.
Second attack will be a grand total of 19.
19 hits.
19 hits, and that will be,
You are a fighter, are you not?
that is
A critical and a 19.
critical hit.
Yes.
That is true.
Please remember that.
Yes.
It only benefits you.
I did forget. So that's double dice, so that's 4, that's 10 damage, plus 16 damage total.
Okay.
Yeah, 16 damage total.
So let me quickly just update it on here. 16 you said.
That is it.
So in this particular case, running damage on D&D Beyond does, whoops, help me quite a bit. So you lunge your sword at him, and you seem to find a soft spot between the plate and its carapace, and you slash through it, bringing through a dark blood. You're not quite able to see the color, as there's no proper light source, but the blood appears to be darker than what you're used to. The creature, I should probably flip this. Creature lunges down towards you, trying to bite down on you, and that misses, I'm quite sure.
19 to beat.
That is a 16.
It misses.
And you notice from just on the opposite side a tail pop out with a sharp protruding end, attempting to pierce you. That is a 21 to hit.
It is.
So that does, if I can find all of the correct dice,
When you start rolling multiple dice, I'll get
a total of, what's that? 20 piercing damage. And please make a constitution saving throw for me.
damage. And then Constitution for a saving throw. 20.
Less is not applicable to saving throw, thanks Megan. So that's I have a feeling I should go collect some more dice.
Next character is gonna be an orc.
That is probably not a bad idea. 23 you said. 22, 23. That means you take a total of 26 poison damage. For a short one. So, top of the round, well, what are you doing with Timogen on deck?
I'm going to use my movement to retreat back to where the tunnel is. Quick question, if I throw a trident not as an attack, but just in the general area, does it count as a bonus action or an action?
Say again?
If I throw a trident to the general area, not as an attack,
It is.
Bonus action or an action?
So it's still interacting with an object, so that is an action.
Okay. I am going to put spell storing item on the trident. Second level spell healing. Sorry, that's what I'm going to be. I'm just specifying I'm using cure wounds.
Okay.
Storing it in there, and that's it.
Temujin with Grizz on deck.
So, realizing that the tail end is very dangerous, Temujin will be able to jump up and grab onto one of these horns or thorns or protrusions from the carapace.
You can certainly try.
So the idea is he wants to cling onto the monster where the tail can't necessarily hit him and then hammer at it with his pickaxe.
Okay, so that would be an action to try and jump up on him, and then from your next turn on you can do that.
Okay, perfect. I'm now just going to try to avoid the tail.
Okay.
And jump up.
Roll me. I'm gonna say strength. Yeah, it's grapple, so strength check. Although good luck trying to grapple a creature 4 times your 5-6 times your size.
So you don't tell me now. 19.
So from the edge in grayscale, it's like an old grayscale picture movie with the absolute insane stunts that these guys did. You see Temujin jump up, manage to grab a hold of one of the horns, swing himself around, and almost squarely land on its, for lack of a better term, back, as if he's riding this worm. I think almost kind of the best way to describe this is think of the end of Dune 1, the guys were riding the worms down into the desert. Yeah, so that's your action. Chris, what are you doing?
So, for bonus action, explodes curse on the creature,
Okay.
and as an action, cast Arbor of Protectors. So, that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the things there is hanging from the ceiling doesn't appear to be affected at all. Might quickly roll me a D100, please.
88.
Let me see if I've got that dice available.
I'm gonna picture him like a monster hunter.
So this is either going to end very well
Very
or
bad.
very badly.
Yeah, I'm going to not retreat.
Next character. Minotaur Bard.
Well, it's a good thing our cleric isn't here.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering. That's a good thing she's not here. My next character is a giant. No, I'm not kidding. He's really a giant. He's a druid knight. He can grow.
Seriously then? Next character? Probably.
I'm not going to choose the next character, thank you.
You're going to survive.
I'm going to try my utmost to...
I'm a survive!
Hey, back up, bruh. You can try all you want. Dice don't like us. Dice don't like.
No, my dice rolls weren't as bad, but this motherfucker got like 120 poison damage. Like, jeez.
I don't know what it is.
Like, I mean, I made my dex save, so if I had failed, it would have been 42 poison damage.
As a player, I know what it is. But Chris doesn't.
Oh, man.
A monster that all poison users fear.
Backfield en boxing met een rooi tas en geneemd in mijn kort gedaan.
Als je die dice rolt.
Which does kind of imply that no idea where that dice is. In my defense, I did not plan for this aspect. What did Megan say?
Would you like me to cast it in this way?
Not quite yet, I'm assuming. I cannot speak on behalf of anyone.
She has to take a picture of it. Like a video.
Are you bloody? Bitch, I'm covered.
He's a fighter at least. He has a lot of hit points.
Did you not just hear the fact that he's covered in blood?
Yeah, probably.
One attack. One round attacks. That's a
Turn
good
to me, please.
Wait, how do I have more HP than you?
Remember, I'm a level lower.
No, I mean you on set.
Ten.
Yeah.
I'm going back to level 9.
That's what I'm like. Every time I'm gonna die, we're gonna go back down a level. Sooner or later, it's gonna be like well level 12 and 2 level 1s.
Okay,
You mean well level 20.
this is why I'm going to play a goblin. We've got the kobolds. So by the end of this campaign, you'll have a level 10 kobold goblin just riding the shoulders of Will, the demigod, and popping off arrows at anyone that comes close. Like a naughty child with a toy bow that he shouldn't have gotten.
Yeah, but I'm not going in close to that thing.
Oh, it's a bitch.
Luckily, I have a long range as well. Why can't you flash in my shield? You're a little demon. Mine's still higher than you at this moment.
What? Crazy.
Remember, I cast the spell. Add 25 extra. Temporary hit points work fine. They work.
This does bug me quite a bit. So that means there is some dice missing. Is that gonna be clear?
Ja, ek het net ek sal net gaan double check, maar ek het want ek onthou ek het by Tian daas gedoen.
So I'm looking for a very specific dice that is part of a dice set. The good news, at least for me right now, is I found more D6s. Okay, so seeing as you are on its back, I will give you the honors. Roll that dice in on the board itself to see what happens. Kind of need to see what that is.
That is pointing in this direction.
Okay, so it scatters. Roll a d6 for me quickly, please.
3.
3. 1, 2. So it scatters. Just gonna put you on the base, seeing as there's enough space for that. Scatters 15 feet in that direction, writhing to try and get you off. Seeing as the position you have placed yourself in means that it is unable to either bite you or sting you with its tail. So, top of the round, Will, what are you doing?
I am going to move up and then throw my trident to try and stab it into near where Timogen is so he can grab it. And I'm going to just shout, use the stored spell. And that's probably within 60 feet.
Yeah, that should be.
And so yes, I will chuck it to peg where close to where he is.
Okay,
So you can grab it.
so roll me an attack, please.
And that's with that.
You'll get bless for this one, so it adds the +4. Or plus D4.
20. Uh, 26.
Okay, so you managed to hit the creature itself. Quickly roll me damage on the trident itself. And with that throw, probably more luck than anything else, you managed to get it within arm's reach of Temujin.
That is 10.
Okay, let me use D&D Beyond, seeing as it is right there. Okay, so you do a total of 10 damage
Yes.
to the creature itself, and it's within arm reach of Temujin. Based on the way you cast the spell, it doesn't heal the creature, it will only heal when it is activated by another creature.
Yeah, so I used my feature, which is spell storing item. So artifice a feature which gives it the trident 10 charges of cure wounds.
Okay.
So when he wields it, it counts as a spellcasting focus. And, well, you can use a simple martial weapon, spellcasting focus.
So, Temujin, what are you doing?
Will Temujin be able to reach for the spear? And
It's within arm reach.
but hold on to the creature.
It's within arm's reach.
So Temujin will reach for the trident. He can't activate it and stab with it at the same time. No. Okay. So Temujin is going to leave the trident for now, and where he is, just start hacking with his warpick into the creature 2 attacks.
Go for it. That's a miss.
That is going to be 25.
That hits.
Uh,
Remember to double check your dice rolls as you crit on a 19.
and the second one is going to be 26.
Both of them hit.
And that will be 14, 11, 25 damage.
Okay.
Is this creature's tail still above ground, visible?
Grizz, what are you doing?
I knock an arrow, aim it at him, and say swift death to those who have wronged me with my oath bow, giving me advantage on all strikes, strike twice, and use my bonus action to make a maddening X.
Okay.
Just for saying out loud. Calling it. Alright,
Fair enough.
let's begin with the attacks.
The
First one.
the plan was not for this to be an easy encounter, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm using it.
It isn't.
First attack, I have advantage, that's the bless.
So do take note, on a natural one there is a risk that you might hit Temujin.
Okay. That is 50.
This time we'll blame it on the broken.
Advantage. That one is 18.
So the 18 hit, the 15 misses.
Yeah, no, I have advantage against the creature.
Oh, yeah, so
This is
sorry,
the
you've,
first
okay,
attack.
so advantage, so D20 plus the, bless. Remember, you can only roll your bless once.
Once.
So advantage, you roll 2d20 plus the 1d4 for bless. You don't roll bless with every roll on an advantage. So it's fine. So 18 hits.
Okay, so the first attack.
So just remember for your next attack,
Next attack, I will only 1d8.
1d20 and 1d4. Well, 2d20, 1d4.
6 plus. This one's going to take a while, guys. There's a lot of things here. Plus 4. Plus an extra 4 because he is cursed with X-Blade. Then 3d6s.
not if you have 2 attacks on per attack?
It's per attack, but it doesn't stack on advantage.
Okay.
So on advantage, you roll 2d20 and you take the highest, but you still only roll 1d4 for the bless.
If I have 2 attacks, I'm going to roll bless on both attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first attack is 21 damage. Now the second attack, let's roll for the advantage first. It's 12, 13, and so I add the bless to the higher number.
Yeah, so you take the higher of the 2 d20s, you add your bless and you add your modifier.
Yeah, don't forget
And
the modifier.
that is your total that you roll on your 2 hit.
Let's just make sure. That's 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Okay. Sure. Again. 1 to hit. Don't do it now. Plus 4. Plus 4. 36. Damage for the second attack. And then 3 extra damage for the bonus maddening X.
Okay. So that is your turn. Megan, just double check. Are you sure you want to cast Prayer of Healing, seeing as currently only Temujin has suffered damage up until now? Grizz and Will is still fine. So the worm itself is once again writhing with you on its back, trying to hit you without hitting itself. So roll the scatter dice again in view of the camera, as well as a d6, please.
This way, and D6. Let's roll that on the board as well. And it's 2.
So just move him up 2 spaces in that direction of the scatter dice. See, it's nice to have old school Warhammer dice
Yes.
for Dungeons and Dragons, believe it or not.
At least then just keep it in the boss.
Okay, so Ayla is casting Prayer of Healing. That is 4d8 plus 9 for anyone within range that has suffered damage. Let me quickly double check what is the range on that. Grizz, Ayla. Okay, so Prayer of Healing's range is 30 feet, which means casting that where Ayla would still be standing at the entrance of the cavern will not even reach Temujin, as that is much too far away, and the 2 closest to Ayla has not yet suffered any damage whatsoever. So I'll give Megan an opportunity to let us know what we're doing while moving on with initiative, as it doesn't make sense for her to burn a 4th level spell when Ayla, not Megan, will know that it's not going to make a difference. So, top of the round, Will, what are you doing with Temujin on deck?
Free action, I drop my shield,
Okay,
and I will pull out my Void and Piercer pistols.
cool.
And I will shout, Void and Piercer, sever. And they will start going as I aim for the tail of the creature, and I will fire 3 shots. So, 2 for my attack and then bonus action.
Go for it.
Which then also makes them obviously gain damage but lose accuracy.
Yes. You still have the D4 Bliss
And yes, and that's per attack, right?
per attack, yeah.
Okay, so the first attack is going to be 21.
21 hits.
Hit. Second attack is going to be 18.
18 hits. 13 misses.
Okay, so the first two do hit. So, first attack. Okay. 23 for the first attack. And 25 for the second attack.
48 total.
That's quite nice, even if I get
The worm is bloodied.
even if we get like one damage, it's still a plus 15 damage to each.
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed 30.
So I don't have a proper miniature for Isla, seeing as Megan has her own miniature for her character. So I'll be using this one. She said she will move forward in order to try and be in range in order to cast prayer of healing at 4th level, so she'll start there. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Able to move there, that's still going to be a little bit out of range.
She can dash.
Then she can't cast prayer of healing.
Yeah, but she can't pass it down.
It's up to Megan. I'm not going to make that decision on her behalf. So, Temujin with Grizz on deck. Temujin, what are you doing?
As Temujin's relatively safe at this stage, he's just going to keep hacking into it, trying to create a nice big hole in the armor plate so you can just go to home.
Roll for attacks.
It's going to be both attacks again.
Don't forget your bless.
First one
Bless,
is going
remember.
to be so that is going to be a modded 22.
Okay, that hits. Remember, bless is D4.
Yes. So I'll roll bless if it seems that it would be necessary. And then the next one is going to be 14.
14 misses. So you hit once.
Once, that is going to be 9 damage.
That's better than nothing. Okay, Grizz, what are you doing?
Same thing, 2 attacks, plus the bonus action that means. So, first attack. Advantage, 21.
21 hits.
Okay. 1 to hit. 6. So much math.
Welcome to D&D.
Yeah.
Hope you passed 2nd grade math.
First one is 23 damage.
Okay.
Sorry. Second attack. Oh, so close. Come on, just do one. I think that. That was 26.
Hits.
So, son of a bitch, here we go again. Problem of having a lot of dice. 23 is the second attack.
Okay.
Damage, and then 3 lightning hits damage.
So, creature starts shaking quite drastically. And he manages to throw you off of himself. So quickly roll me the scatter die along with the d6. Same story.
That is 6, and it's in this direction.
Okay, so place yourself 6 blocks in that direction. And you are thrown up and fall to the ground from 20 feet high.
Oh, I want to grab the fucking trident and healing.
So that is 6 falling damage.
Oh, I expected that to be over.
That makes 2 of us.
Is the bad one.
Creature comforts. And the creature dives down into the ground, dragging the trident with it. And disappears. So, Megan did say she will cast Healing Word, which is a range of 60 feet. You can pass me the dragon miniature, seeing as it's not there anymore. But she will have to move closer, and I'm not sure she will reach within 60 feet of you. So, just double check that for me quickly, please. That was more implying that Brennan or Sam will do that. Sorry. I'm not good with hints. How far away are you?
That is 18 tiles, 18 times 5.
Well, I mean, 6 times 5, that is 30. 12 times 5 is 60. That is within range if she moves up. Which she just confirmed she does, so she moves 30 feet up and then casts Healing Word on you, which should make, so that's 4d4 plus 9. I hope you trust me, Megan, because I'm going to roll this. Aren't you lucky, Megan? That's 2 push-ups for me. So that is, what, 6, 9, 18 points of healing. For Temujin.
So, damage in 1. Okay, what's supposed to do?
Okay. Top of the round, Will, what are you doing?
I'm just going to move, going to pick up my shield and bad news, and I'm going to move that way.
Okay. Temujin, what are you doing?
So, Temujin will kind of waddle closer, but he will only do 30 feet. And then he will remove his helmet and vomit violently.
Grizz, what are you doing?
Checking around. Go, close the door.
As you, the 3 of you, stand close by, you feel a rumble under you. And this creature bursts out between the 3 of you, casting you all to the side. So each of you, from pretty much at center point, move 3 spaces away, so 15 feet total. And all of you take 1d6 falling damage. Aren't you lucky?
So we think I won.
Wasn't that one the falling damage? just add that to Ina as well. Sorry, Megan, you did kind of move up, but I mean, you're still on 68 damage. Oh, and 68 health points. So just place the thing there. And then it is going to move towards Will, and it will, pun intended, bite down towards Will.
The action I'll cast shield on myself.
Okay. That is still a 28 to hit.
How much is shield give?
Plus 5.
I think you miss it by 1.
Yeah. No, I miss it by 3.
Oh. Should I see what's that?
Okay, and it's also gonna try and stab you with its tail. Let me quickly just roll damage for the bite.
1d10 rusty.
Say again?
10d10 rusty. The joints are now corroded.
That is 29 points of piercing damage on the bite. And you need to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Do I need to make it if I'm resistant to poison?
Absolutely, this is the bite, not the tail sting. And resistant to poison only means you suffer half damage, which means that if you save on a poison saving throw, then you only take a quarter damage.
Okay.
If you're immune, then it's
Dexterity.
irrelevant. So dexterity saving throw, yes.
And I'll add my bless to that.
That is a good idea, yes.
20,
30, 20. You save. And then it does its tail stinger attack towards you. That is a 15 to hit.
That misses. Okay, so what is the poison damage that I take?
By the end of tonight, Yamri will have a 6-pack.
None.
Oh,
Poison
that's-
damage is in the stinger, not in the bite.
Oh, okay. Who these?
Megan, is there anything specific you would like to do? Speak now, or hold your peace until we decide it's your turn again?
About half 5 seconds.
We'll flip the 30 seconds timer for her, as is tradition. No pressure, Megan.
I think the stream is delayed as well, so.
No, it's definitely delayed. We've noticed that.
Do I see the trident wiggling still in this room's?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Assuming Megan will respond shortly. Top of the round, will your turn with Temujin on deck.
I am going to crouch down, slam my shield in, hunkering, pick up void, and just create a void and shoot twice.
Okay.
While enraging my weapon. Which also, I believe, gives me 3/4 cover.
Crouching Mind will, yes. So that's plus 5 to your AC.
Okay. So that's 2 shots with this. First attack. $18.
18 just hits.
Okay. Oh, but I have to get a disadvantage. Because in melee range.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was an 18 on this second one, so.
So you barely hit.
And second attack. 18 again.
That hits. Did you roll disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a 12 and a 14.
Aren't you lucky?
With the one, actually, like, I haven't been doing push-ups, I'll do them all now. Okay, so that's my attack. First attack. Does 25. Second attack does 25.
So 50 damage. Holy fuck.
No, imagine if I could shoot both pistols.
With that kind of damage, yeah.
What type of pistols are these?
Void piercer, baby.
Okay, so Megan responded. So just a hint, Megan, Grizz hasn't actually suffered any damage at all.
I suffered one.
Grizz hasn't suffered any damage at all. I mean, I do believe that I can slap Grizz now for more damage than he suffered in game. So I'm assuming you're gonna try and move in between Temujin and Will, and then cast Prayer of Healing 3rd level, as you stated, in order to reach both of them. So you should be able to reach both of them within 30 feet. You guys are much closer. That should put you guys in about 30 feet of both. Okay, so Prayer of Healing 3rd level. So that is 3d8 plus 9. 1, 2, 3d8. Not a single one. That is 17, 9, that's 26 healing to Temujin and to Will on Isla's Prayer of Healing.
Thank you, Thank you, Fede. We thank thee.
Temujin, what are you doing?
Temujin is going to use his action to get as close as possible to the dragon.
You mean the worm?
To the worm.
Brilliant dragon.
Yeah, Mike has us some trauma from dragon.
Yeah, no, this is PTSD flashback. And if he can get close enough, he will try to grapple it again. Just want to double check. 1, 2, 1, 4, 5, 6. And that will mean he is right next to it.
Well, this thing isn't reset like on the screen,
So that will be within 5 feet.
And then he can try and grapple it.
Okay, so he is going to move, and then I'm going to try the same trick that I did previously, grab onto it, so that I can beat the fuck out.
Go for it.
Now, that is 19.
I think that is... Seeing as he is standing still, that puts him on a 26.
Oh, well, that was the
Chris, what are you doing?
Yeah, same thing, but I'm just gonna move up again, just here. And then same.
Kind of flipped you.
So first attack.
Not flipped you off, just flipped the...
That's fine.
Go for it. Don't forget your bless.
First attack is 21.
Hits.
Still advantage.
first attack damage.
Okay.
Then second attack. Just gonna roll for it. So if it, yeah. 19. 21 again.
Hits.
So damage. On the second attack damage and plus 3 magically dex damage.
Plus 3, so that puts you on 31. Just quickly do something. If this will play along. Really need to get used to D&D Beyond's encounter builders. This will... for fuck's sake.
Why is there no wind?
This is humid as hell.
It's a half attack. That was an attack.
It is hot and now there's no wind. My goodness.
Are you a little hot and bothered?
Yes.
I call it hot flashes. PMAs.
There you go for this.
I live. Fully aware.
Okay. So the worm drops down into the ground again.
Attack of opportunity.
Well, technically it does move out of melee range, so that would mean that the two of you do get that. You wouldn't have gotten that because you were grappling him the previous round. So yes, technically
I am going to.
Temujin and will get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, does that attack mean like I get 2 attacks or just 1 attack?
Just one.
Okay. So I've already got my pistol, so I just like
It's still a disadvantage because you're within melee range.
but I'm point blank.
Disadvantage.
It's like
Okay.
This thing is moving surprisingly quickly for its size.
Two threes.
You miss.
I would assume so.
Modded 20,
That hits.
and that would be 12 damage.
Okay. So, Isla just messages continually with whatever you decide you want to do. We'll just squeeze you in as the initiative goes on, other than trying to wait for you. So, you can pass me the dragon. We'll top of the round. Will your turn with Temujin on deck. What are you guys doing?
I am going to move away.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this corner and plant my shield again. I'm going to, just plant my shield.
Are you preparing any attacks?
I want to actually plant the shield, remove it from my armor set, and just have my 2 pistols on either side of it.
Okay, so you're readying 2 pistol attacks
Yes, sorry.
as a reaction. Should it show up again?
Yes. So, yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Timogen, what are you doing?
Imogen will be staying where it is, still screaming insults and threats in Infernal, and he will be readying his Warhammer with the 200 attacks. For if it shows up within reach, he will attack it. I will also mention that he will use his action surge if it shows up, so that he gets.
You can only use action surge in your turn.
Okay, so I can't.
So you can use action surge if it's your turn to
Alright,
gain
cool.
a second action. But because you're readying an action that will be used as a reaction, you won't be able to use an action surge.
Perfect. So I'm just going to ready the 2 attacks with the 200 Warhammer.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I think that rules as written and grants you to attacks. I will have to read up on that, but for now I'm ruling that you can do that. Grizz, what are you doing?
Move up with Brilliant. And also ready in case it shows itself to attack.
Okay. Before it's his turn, I'm going to allow Isla to run off to the wall to try and get out of range from its attack, simply because if Isla dies, then I'm in trouble. Very much so. So, Timogen, you are a little bit surprised. Quickly roll me a dexterity saving throw, please. It's a pleasure, Bob Megan.
That is going to be 9.
So, the worm pops out directly underneath you. It's gaping more open, trying to chomp down on you. That will be, if I can find my d20, a 28 to hit.
It misses.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's okay, it hits.
I would have been very surprised if that misses. Wait, sorry. That is a 33 to hit.
Okay. I'll give you that just hit.
Sorry, I confused the damage modifier with the hit modifier.
A lot.
That is. I need to do math.
Death.
28 piercing damage.
You see, if this had been Tinkerbell, it'd be death.
I got death.
And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw again.
That's not heal 28 damage, it's damage.
No. Wrong way around, Mike.
And then another dexterity.
Yes.
That is going to be a full on 16. 18, sorry. I have a +1 otherwise.
So from a 16 you go to an 18 with a +1.
Yeah, I rolled 17.
Oh.
So I just only checked what it was.
You find yourself engulfed in an unnatural darkness as the creature swallows you. It's fairly soft and warm inside, except for the stinging pain. That is... I need to count again.
That's Dave, let's just...
23 acid damage.
I am going to cast, as a reaction, Hellish Rebuke. 27.
23.
23. Damage. I'm going to use my reaction.
You already called your... you holding an action, so you either have to use that as your reaction or
Fair.
not. So because it climbed up underneath you, you will still actually technically be able to take your reaction.
Okay. So, from the inside, I will attack it with
Go for it.
Warhammer 200 twice. So that is going to be.
That's actually 5 healing spells for any creature you can see.
That's a modern 90.
That hits.
Okay. Second attack will be a.
Sorry.
23.
I was mistaken. The previous time that the worm popped out, you actually did not see the trident. Sorry. I was mistaken on that.
Okay.
So 19 damage.
So for the first attack, that will be 7. Second attack will be 10. So that will be
Did you roll to attack on your second attack?
yes,
And you got?
23.
Okay. So 7 plus?
7 plus 10, so it's going to be 17.
Got it.
So how does our hold action work with this now? The one popped up.
So, the moment you hold an action, that action gets released the moment whatever your trigger is happens.
Okay, so that
Up until the start of your next turn. So if you are holding an action to shoot it, then you can shoot it.
yes.
So you will be able to shoot it.
Okay. So shoot it.
So you should take out.
What am
And-
I waiting for, man?
Specifically, if you are casting a spell that takes up a spell slot, if you're holding the action to cast the spell, by the beginning of your next turn, if that trigger hasn't happened, you lose the spell slot.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I forgot you were holding the shooting
Yeah.
action.
So I didn't call out their names when I was holding
Yeah.
the action, so this is just a normal attack. So the first attack, that'll be 19,
19 hits.
and then the second attack.
Now let's hope there's not
Misses.
Now let's hope there's not enough piercing damage for you to hit Will on the on the inside.
Second attack is also 19.
Both hit.
Great stuff. Good thing I didn't call that out, because otherwise I would have missed both. But no, I don't do as much damage, so.
Sorry.
I didn't make the call, so. No mistake. I'm just going to give you a grand total
It's fine.
of 20. No, sorry. 18.
How would you like to do this? So bearing in mind what you are doing and what he's doing is essentially happening at the same time.
Yeah, okay. So, as it obviously emerged, started to swallow him, I just aimed for the lowest part of the worm sticking out, and I just go down.
So, Timogen, you're not quite sure what's happening, seeing as you are engulfed in this darkness, you can't see beyond it. Feeling that slight soft warmth, but the stinging pain of the acid, you notice two items rushing just slightly past you as you swing your axe, breaching the carapace, falling out in this sickly, sticky blood. The worm lapses to the side as you breathe a sigh of relief.
Imogen jumps up quick as fuck and gets undressed. He's just rips off armor as fast as he can.
As you're trying to do that, quickly roll me another dexterity saving throw, please.
18.
This time you notice the rumbling just in time. And you pause, giving yourself enough time removing your armor to jump out of the way as you notice the second worm popping out directly next to you. This one That is a 26 to hit, try and bite you.
Misses. Completely.
And it does... What's it? See, I also don't want to do math right now. 24 points of piercing damage, and you will have to do a dexterity saving throw for me again, please.
No, we don't want to use the trident of healing.
So currently the one lying on its side dead does have the trident sticking out of it. It is not quite within reach for you. Oh shit. I thought you were slightly higher than that. Not a chance. You were on 25, he did 24 healing damage.
And I did 24 damage, and it gives me, on that.
But you were on 25. You cannot be on death saves if you're on...
If I put in 24 damage, it puts me on death.
Okay.
So yes, I was on 25, and when I put the 24 damage...
No, I do not agree with that.
Let's just try something.
I already changed it. So just refreshing your side. So you are technically still standing. That does mean you need to make a
It's a...
dexterity saving throw. You manage to jump out of the way, so it bites you, but its teeth scrape off your armor as you pull yourself out of the way. Okay, so Megan just let us know she'll do a prayer of healing at 4th level if she can get closer to you as well as anyone else in rage, but she will only be able to reach you. 4th level prayer of healing for you would mean quite a lot actually. 48 plus 9. So just double check, she should be able to get within 30 feet of you. Just make sure she's just within 30 feet. So as far away from you as she possibly can be.
Yes. It is possible, and it should be there. Actually, yes.
So that's 4d8 plus 9. 29 points of healing.
Just enough for another attack.
Sorry, Megan, I rolled a 1. Promise you it's not on purpose.
29 points of healing.
29, yes. So that should put you on 30 right now.
Yes, that is it.
However, the tail stinger comes around, trying to hit you once again. 21.
Is there a reaction? When
Every time I come here, I am abused.
yeah, that's why you don't play frontliners.
Well, that's right. You don't need a frontliner because you get falling like flies.
Well, can I do Flash of Genius on him when he has ability check? I can add +5. Or does that have to happen before he rolls?
That kind of happens to in your turn. It is an action.
It's a reaction.
It's a reaction.
Flash of
Okay,
Genius is a
fine.
reaction.
But you already used your reaction.
And keep in mind, it's an ability check. I don't roll for my AC.
It's a saving roll, that's one.
but
Yes, but you did just kind of suffer 23 points of damage, piercing, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw. Which is where Flash of Genius would have helped you should Will have been able to cast it in his turn.
Damage by 23.
Sorry, Megan, I know you just healed him.
He's not sorry. And then a deck save.
Con.
Con save. At least I have something. That is going to be a grand total of 17.
That is not enough.
Right, so let's go back.
44 points of poisoning damage.
Let's.
does that just put him? Do we have to heal 44 points to get him back?
No. So he is, well, not necessarily. So technically speaking, you see him drop to the ground. You're not currently aware of what's going on. So, top of the round, Will, what are you doing?
Where's this worm now?
Right there. So that popped up with it just next to where this previous one had fallen.
Okay, and he's fallen right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Pierce the flesh and create a void, and I shoot my 2 hand cannons. Obviously that's 3 attacks, so they use my bonus action as a
Okay.
separate attack as well. That is 18.
18 hits.
18 on
Hits. The good news is you hit twice.
and that is what's that? 23.
Total.
Yeah, total, 23 total. No, not damage, that's my 3rd attack.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that hits.
And now, thank fuck,
The damage
I
time.
got them all riled up for this.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, thank fuck for that, eh? 14. It's 24 plus 45. So 24 plus 45.
69. Wonderful number.
Nice! 69, but also Arcane Jolt. Which
Okay.
does not require an action or a bonus action. And I can heal him for 2d6.
Go for it. If you're within range.
If he's within 30 feet of the target that I attack.
Okay.
That's 4 points of healing to you.
Temujin stands up.
That's the cool thing about healing.
So Temujin, what is it that you would like to do?
Right.
Grab the fucking dragon!
What is it?
So at this point, Temujin is going to not grab the dragon down. I'm kidding.
Stop it.
So can Temujin reach the dragon from where it is?
You can, but you need to take into account you will have to move out of melee range from the current worm that's still alive.
No, I cannot do that. I will just die.
Can you not? Okay, I'm gonna share it. Obviously don't do it, but like, You could have just disengaged, grabbed the trident, jumped behind the other worm, and have had cover.
Yeah, but
okay.
that's not going to. I need to play character.
Not my character would do it.
I think he will.
It's not what my character would do, okay?
No.
He's going to almost die.
Yes.
So what?
No, guys.
Okay, so I am going to do second wind, which means once per short rest, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 10 HP.
Okay.
So that is going to be 70.
Yes, you heal 17 points of damage.
Yes. Now
That is second wind. Is that an action?
second wind.
I think it might be actually.
Once per short rest, you can use a bonus action to engage.
So bonus action. Okay,
Bonus
cool.
action. So I still have an action. I am also going to. Okay, let me just use that. I'm also going to use action surge, which is a special condition. You can take one additional action on your turn. This can be used 1 time per short rest. So I'm going to activate that, which means I'm going to disengage from the worm, go over, grab the trident, and then move over so that I can get.
Okay, so you move about 15 feet away, grab a hold of the trident, and then you still have another 15 feet that you can move away.
And then 1, 2, 3, and I will activate.
You can only do that with an action, and you've already used
I
one
got the
action,
trident.
spent an action search for a secondary action, so you will only be able to do that on your next turn. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I just want to check. I think it's twice now.
Okay, so while you're doing that, Grizz, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna move in, screaming to grab his attention away from Mr. Timmy over there.
Mhm.
Come with me and attack it. Same thing.
Okay.
Alright guys, here comes the map again. Alright. 2 18s. Wow!
Both of them hit.
Well, I haven't even modified it yet. Okay, so that's just the first attack. So let's try the second attack. Just to make sure. 16 plus 8, 24
Damage or to hit.
to hit for the second attack.
Okay, that hits.
Alright, so both attack. I'm just gonna give you the whole total. I'm not going to fucking stress myself now with that.
Calculator, here we come. The anticipation. Slow clap?
52 full damage.
Jeez, well done.
It is bloodied.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Well, I'm also screaming at it to get it to come to me.
Okay, so it dips back down.
For that information.
Megan, you are welcome to pop us another message if there's anything specific you want us to do with Isla, but it's currently, so the worm currently is underground.
Yeah.
Top of the round. Whoa, what are you doing? Timogen on deck.
I'm going to just chuck something at it. Is it a bonus action or an action?
So it's currently underground.
Oh, is it underground? Okay.
You have no idea where it is.
Okay. I am going to
No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm going to put my pistols back, grab a pouch from my from my belt, and then stuff it with small necronium rocks. 20.
Okay. This is gonna get interesting. So that's your action.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Timogen with Grizz on deck.
Imogen will use the trident of healing and heal.
Second level cure wounds spell. So that gives you 2d8 plus 5.
Do you need another D8?
4, 8, 12, 17. That's it.
You feeling a little bit better about yourself?
Yeah. Not yet. He still looks like he wants to shoot cats.
Got it. Grizz, what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm just walking around here stomping really hard. Just like trying to send Shockwave so he knows where I am.
This
And-
kind of does remind me of the movie Tremor, yes.
And the moment any sign of him coming up under me, I will dive out of the way. Hold action for it.
Okay, so you're essentially holding a dodge action.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So, let's find out under who he pops up. Seeing as there is 3 of you in the open. Lucky choice. So, dodge, yeah, so he's popping up from underneath. Dodge that will give you advantage on the dexterity saving throw to get out of the way.
Wow. That is a full 8.
So, put him there with his center where you are. And as he comes up, he's going to bite you. That is a 16 to hit.
Yes.
Aren't you lucky? And his tail stinger is going to come around and try and poke you. 16.
Well,
Okay,
if he
so
hits me, he
Megan
gets damage.
hasn't mentioned anything yet, so top of the round. Will, your turn with Temujin on deck.
I am going to equip the one pistol, throw the pouch at the worm, and wherever the pouch may fall, I will aim and shoot at it.
Okay. Roll me d20 for the pouch. Based on the small target, you have a, I'm going to say, DC of 16.
Okay, so D20 for the throwing the pouch, or D20 for like 2
So
hits?
you're chucking the pouch? That's
Yes.
fine. I mean, you can throw.
Yes.
But to hit it with your, you said firebolt, pistol, that is a 16 because you're aiming for a very small
Okay, so
target.
16 or higher.
Yes.
Any modifiers?
So it's your regular to hit roll. You are looking for a 16. So it's your d20 plus your bless plus whatever modifiers you've got in your pistol.
Okay.
So it's a regular to hit roll, but the DC is 16.
It's 16 you said. Does the 22 work for you?
You know what? I'm gonna say no. Yeah, that works. Okay, so that is 20 necronium rocks.
Small ones, yeah. So
Well,
essentially 2 bundles.
so I did
Now you need
notate
to
this
have
down.
Heal Grizz.
Yes, Grizz, you are probably not living through this particular episode. It is not my decision.
You asshole.
This is what he always does. You can't just wait until it's my turn and just...
I don't care how big the target area is or how many allies are there.
I cast
Cast
Draconium.
Meme for this D&D campaign.
Fuck it. I know what
Okay,
to do.
so that is 10d6 times 2.
Yeah.
That is 20d6.
Okay, I'm just gonna use I'm gonna use digital dice on this one.
And Grizz, you are very much
With
in the epicenter of this.
Is the creature in front of me or?
Nope. Not in this, because it came out directly underneath you. You're kind of standing like a spread. Your legs are open wide, standing on its mouth.
Is there any plus to this?
Um.
Or is it just...
Okay, so hold on. So it is. So it's 10d6 explosive damage, for lack of a better term, and there is some necrotic damage.
This guy. He's the one who's
Okay,
gonna kill
so DC 12 dexterity saving throw for both you and the worm.
DC what?
12.
Dexterity.
Yes. So the worm makes it. So the necrotic.
Using my inspiration.
Go for it. Just mark it off on your character sheet. That is another 3d6 necrotic damage.
Okay. So just add 3d6 to that.
Well, not quite, because the necrotic damage, if you save it, it's halved.
Okay, so I'll roll the 20 first.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the necrotic save.
Yes.
That's a more than 20.
Okay, so both you and the worm save.
Okay, so that's 84.
And then the necrotic damage. 13 halved, so that's an additional 6, so that's 90 damage total.
I'm still standing.
Not a chance. There is absolutely no way you're still standing after this.
I am.
And I do not believe you.
Remember, I cast Armor of a Gaffin. 128
Here we go.
after 90 damage.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's not too bad.
Maybe
20d6,
you
7.
You should experience this. It's like being at a CrossFit convention.
Today, eh?
Okay, Armor of Agathis, what exactly does
I
that
get
do again?
25 temporary hit points. And if anyone hits me in melee range, they take 25 frost damage.
So nothing hit you in melee range.
Yeah, so they don't. So really, you don't take 25 frost damage.
Doesn't the worm take frost damage then?
No.
He didn't hit me.
Oh, it didn't hit. Okay.
Only if he hits me.
Okay.
And it's not concentration, so I don't need to make saves. But it's completely destroyed thanks to you!
So the Necronium bundle, you hit it. There is this blinding green light flashing through the cavern, lighting everything up momentarily and blinding everyone for a few seconds afterwards. When you regain your sense of sight and hearing, you notice somehow, you're not quite sure, Grizz is still standing.
Yeah, I just feel like with her hair with smoke coming off of her.
However, the worm is mostly blown away. I am going to ask for everyone to make a dexterity saving throw that does include Isla. We will exclude Mokak and Shadow as they're still hiding in the passageway.
Use Flash of Genius for myself.
Isla, dex saving throw. If you want to go with a roll I made for you, that is a 14. It's up to you.
16. 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3. I have rolled a 2. I have a +3. And I hit Flash of Genius as +5.
Oh,
Are you okay, Mike?
you and this rolling of 1,000 dice at a time is going to give me severe PTSD and flashbacks.
Don't worry, Curse Straw's not nearly this bad.
Well, I think I already had the severe PTSD. Now it's just the crippling depression from every time I hear your damn rolls.
Okay, so
Yes.
as the poisonous blood of this creature spreads across the cavern, everyone suffers 40 points of poison damage.
I only take half because I'm resistant to
So
poison.
you suffered 20.
And after that, Chris just falls down.
Let's see what Megan rolled.
It's 10.
Okay, so Megan, that 40 damage also includes you. I'm sorry. Blame Renan.
Yeah, everyone blamed that guy.
Don't blame me, blame the DM that gave me the chronicum.
No, don't try and blame shift now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Chris is just on the ground now.
top of the round, Will, what would you like to do? You just saw two of your companions fall to the ground.
Did you also fall again?
Dude, did you see what you did?
I don't know, with the poison.
They are currently lying there, for all intents and purposes, smouldering in the acidic poison blood of whatever this creature was.
How does Will solve every problem? He throws it back with the crony and back damages.
There we go. That's all I can do.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't have any ranged healing spells. I'm moving towards Chris. You can dash.
Okay. Well, yeah, that is true.
Like I said, dash to me. Then next
Yeah.
round you'll act.
Okay, yeah, I'll dash then. Yeah.
So you're just outside of range there.
Yeah, go ahead and touch.
Still out of range, at least from my perspective. Just find the correct characters.
Yeah, no, the purple work. Two purple work. It's fine. Really. Who's the real villain in this show?
Yeah, it's me.
Well, now, don't be so hard on yourself.
You see, look, I didn't want this creature to do 20 more damage to you, so I'm going to do 90 to you.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Okay, well, what are you doing?
Cure wounds, first level.
Okay.
Because I'm going to assume mending isn't going to work.
Yes,
I made you back to life.
yes, you may, Megan.
You get 10 points of healing.
Okay, no longer on death saves.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sorry, wrong one.
Okay.
Chris is up. Got 10 healing.
You open your eyes. You're fucked, and you're fucking pissed. Okay, Megan said
Oh,
she's
no,
casting
you didn't.
Mass Cure Wounds. At 5th level, that is 60 feet, so that should actually reach Grizz as well. That is 3d8 plus 10. Do you trust me to roll, Megan, or do you wish to do so yourself? Now we wait. Illegal, do it. I'll do it. Now we're just waiting for the result.
I'll have to go through my spells, because I assume I can go after a long rest, choose some spells or not.
So you can prepare different spells, but you don't get to choose different spells from your existing spell list. So you know a certain amount of spells.
Yeah, so by my known ones, I can go change what my prepared ones are.
Yeah,
I can-
but you can't go back into your levels and change your known spells.
No. But I mean, I've been using the same 5 spells since we started playing. I just now realized I can have 3 cantrips. So, like this one, Expedious Retreat. Expeditious Retreat.
Expedious might be a good idea in this particular scenario.
You can take the dash action on the bonus, but does that mean you can take your action as a dash as well?
Yes, you will be able to.
This is fucking 90 feet.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I cast Steam Dragon.
Sorry. Okay, so 17, that is 27 points of healing to anyone that needs it. That does mean that Temujin stands back up.
The worm is dead, right?
The worm's dead. There's very little left of it.
I get 12 healing from it being dead, dying.
I don't think that counts if you drop in the same turn.
Yeah, so I lose that health as well. Oh, I point at you and you hear about
How
me.
are you feeling, Mike?
So, at this point, Temujin will simply, like, from the laying down half dead,
Megan, you also take that 27 healing. Just note that in your character.
he will just stand on all fours and violently projectile vomit. Like,
Into his helmet.
no, he removed his helmet before. Just before the second leg.
Fair enough.
And then he will project.
Well, not necessarily, because the second time, so the worm came up, that was the first one, and it dropped down, and then a worm came up, that was actually already the second one. So you were constantly fighting 2 different worms.
I do want to say, I'm sure I said he took off his helmet. Right. But it's
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Still 2 different worms.
yeah. So, he'll just violently projectile vomit this black goo onto the ground.
Well,
So what do you guys do?
oh, I point at Will and he hears a bell ringing.
Okay. I walk over.
Not done yet. You must.
You must get these things off. Like, I hear the bell ringing. I start walking away.
15 wisdom save.
15 wisdom saving throw. And I will.
No, Megan, that is not true. We prefer it if you are here.
And I will also use.
You still have bless.
Yeah, I've got my blessed dice here. And what's that other thing now? It's not Arcane Jolt. I used it just now. Flash of Genius.
Okay.
How much?
15.
15. Does a 24 hit?
So it misses. He does it again until it hits, or until you stop him doing it.
Okay. Until I stopped you from doing.
Yeah, but you don't know. You just hear the bell ringing.
But you pointed at me and I saw that.
You're walking away from me.
No.
No, if you are walking away from him, you won't be aware of the fact that it is him that's doing that.
But he said, you see me pointing at
I
you.
point at you.
Yeah. Okay. So I was walking away, so you just hear the bells.
You just hear bell again. Wisdom 15.
That is a 7.
So it has. Do you have any missing hit points?
No.
No. 2d8s.
That is actually surprising, seeing as where this session went.
You take 14 damage.
Okay, what type of damage?
Necrotic.
Okay. Just from where, from how?
It just from the bell. It rings the bell. I point at someone, I can see a bell rings, and they make a wisdom.
Okay, but I would like, how many points of damage? 14.
Yeah.
Okay, but I would like to know where this damage comes from.
From inside your cold heart. Your cold dick.
You must find that out for yourself. It doesn't specify that it.
So just necrotic
Coming
damage
from
in
me.
my head. So just necrotic damage in my head.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but then I can remember this.
It doesn't actually specify. You just instantly take necrotic damage. Bills they
So I'll grab my head and I'll fall to my knees.
And Bruce just walks over like, are you alright?
No. Something just damaged me.
Maybe a lingering effect from the explosion. Really?
No, this is different. This isn't blast or fire.
Sure.
Yes. I'm very familiar.
And at this point, you just hear.
Timogen still running off. I think Timogen needs help. If you feel the damage again, tell me. And I go towards Timogen.
Will take out his parchment.
This campaign, you guys can do whatever you guys want to do.
So as they conclude their little fiasco, Imogen will weakly reach over and try to grab hold of the trident again. Try to heal himself a little bit more.
You'll be able to do that.
You've only used it once now, eh?
Yeah.
Let's have to mark how many times it's been used.
How much does that heal?
2d8 plus 5.
7, 8. So that is 15.
Mm-hmm.
That's 20.
When it takes an action, you can use it probably now as many times as you want.
Yeah. So there's no threat to anyone's lives. You guys are out of initiative.
So I am going to use it once, twice, 3 times.
Thrice.
Thrice.
3 times excluding this one or including this one?
Including.
Okay, so 3 times total. So that's 4.
D8 plus 10.
So that's 4 since the start of its use.
Yeah, so it's
It's
4th.
been used.
And you still need to roll another 4d8 and add a 10 to that.
Just want to double check. Eight, 9, 14, 15. So that will put me
to Imogen. May I please have the trident for a spell?
So, Imogen saw his red skin almost white from exertion. Doesn't say anything and simply hands the trident over to him.
So you're not in. He's like, well, you don't mind giving us some of those magical health potions you have so many of?
Why would I need to give health potions?
I'm still under half my health.
You're still bloody.
Yeah,
You
so-
can always hit him over the head with a trident and
Unfortunately.
heal him.
It is touch. So, technically,
And on this episode of Whack-A-Grizz!
Mike, divinity.
Next character.
I'm going to use it on myself. Just going to bring up full health. And I'm going to whack Grizz twice.
Whack.
Okay, because that is touch.
Stupid.
Yes, I'm the one stupid.
See, Megan, we devolve into uncivilized barbarians when you are.
No. You are uncivilized barbarians. The presence of a lady uplifts this gaming group.
You get 22 hit points back.
That is fair.
And you might have noticed that I specified you are uncivilized barbarians.
Me.
I need to get a club so I can have a magic healing stick.
I'm thirsty with health.
Okay,
Are you
so
feeling now, Grizz? Do you want some more?
More would be nice, but would you stop hitting me with the...
fix it, Felix, with his hammer.
Boom! You get another 15 points of healing.
Okay, so what are you guys doing
Healing it
So,
sucks.
after the healing?
So Temujin will walk over to the most intact of these guys.
It's the one that fell first.
Yeah.
Worms, and then he will take out his dagger and start trying to carve away at this thick carapace. He will ideally try to get as much as possible, if he can enough to make the suit of armor as well.
So a carapace is a collection of hardened scales, essentially overlapping one another with fleshy parts in between. So cutting off chunks of hardened scale in the size and shape that they come in is fairly easy. Trying to cut them down to smaller sizes, you don't really have the proper tools in order to do that right here, right now. So you will be able to cut off enough pieces to make a full suit of effectively plate armor, as that the size of the scales of these worms are large enough that you'll be able to make plates out of them, but you will have to carry those pieces of carapace with you to a point where you reach someone that can that actually has the tools that will be able to make armor plates
So,
from them.
Hey, Timothy, do you need some help there?
Yeah. I go over and
If you can help me get as much of this off as possible, it would be great.
What kind of bulk did you carry like that? Don't you want it smaller?
I don't have the tools for it.
Oh, what tools do you need?
Well, probably things like swords, carving axes.
Say no more. And I create tools.
With what?
So I can take, let's just see here. Because we can take a short rest with that. Where is that?
That's the artificer ability.
Yeah.
able to create any tool necessary.
Totally.
What tools?
So
So, do you have artisans or
I have artisans too.
okay? So that is kind of important. You
Yes.
can't just create them out of thin air.
No, but that's the only reason why I said like I'll create them is because I knew I have artisans too.
Okay. So you make a collection of mainly saws in order to chop up this carapace.
So you do this in an hour.
Yes.
In that hour, I think.
Oh, actually, I have food tools, not artisans tools. Never mind.
Well,
That's
yeah,
why I
so
really
you're changing them into artisans' tools, i.e. saws, in order to...
But
Chop them
you
down.
don't change them. You create another set. Yeah. So I still keep the original set. I
Makes
create-
zero sense. You will have to use the materials on hand in order to create tools. You cannot create out of nothing. So,
Well, magic. They're created via magic. Yeah, I'll look.
we can double check that as it's not going to be directly applicable to
They
the rest of
vanish
tonight's
when
set.
you use this feature again. You can magically create one set of artisan's tools in an unoccupied space.
Okay.
Anyway, I create tools.
I take a short bit while you do it.
So Temujin will proceed to thank Will, firstly, and then he will start chopping off and cutting up as much of this carapace as he possibly can,
Will will help me
and
out.
carry it. He'll even use his rope to tie bundles of it together, so that he can easily sling it on his back and carry it as an extra backpack.
You will very quickly be over encumbered. These carapace pieces are not light.
How much will he be able to carry without being?
What's the size of them? What's that?
Well, he's cutting them down to big, more sizable pieces.
Like sizable in terms of will it fit in a bag?
So that's a difficult one. It is definitely possible to cut them down to size in order to fit into a bag. However, the moment you do that, you won't be able to have pieces large enough to make plate armor from that. You'll have to make something like scale armor from that.
Okay, so if I were to take my extra traveler's clothes
Mm-hmm.
and make like a drawstring bag that can open wide enough, and I turn that into a bag of holding, will that be able to fit them?
You're really trying to manipulate the system here, aren't you?
I'm
Break the
playing into
rules,
the
don't
rules.
break
He's an artificer, he's gonna break the rules.
I need to play into the rules.
I'm not 100% sure on that, actually. Let me...
Because we said that I need an actual bag to make a bag of holding.
No, I agree with that. The question is, because there are different sizes of bags of holding, so it really depends. So I'm just going to double check that.
I'm going to check also my artificer infusions if there is a size limit, because I have handled the largest size bag of holding, which theoretically means I have learned it, which if there's no size restriction on artificer infusions...
Okay, a bag of holding. So a bag of holding is an enchanted item that has an interior space considerably larger than its outer dimensions. Roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep. One bag can hold up to 500 pounds. So as long as 2 feet, 64 feet deep, yeah, if you do that, you'll be able to create a bag large enough in order to store pieces of carapace that's large enough to create plates for plate armor.
Okay, and but that's not the smallest size of bag of holding.
That's the big one. Small size is more akin to a pouch itself.
Oh, okay, but the interior dimension isn't
So
2 by 4 feet.
yeah. So the interior dimension is different. The problem is, even though the interior dimension is larger, you still need to get whatever you want inside through the
and
opening.
that's exactly why I asked. Okay, well then, do you guys
So it's about
Mind waiting another hour for me to make some sewing needles and such. We're gonna be here like all over.
So you are going to destroy the tools you just created in order to make sewing needles and in order to make some bag of holding. Then you need to infuse it and spend another hour infusing it.
No, my infusions don't necessarily take an hour to infuse. It depends.
Okay.
Rapidly create magic items. Each infusion tells you the type of item you receive it, and the resulting magic item requires. And if the resulting magic it requires attunement. See here. More of this. Using this infusion, you replicate a particular magic item. You can learn this infusion multiple times. Each time you do so, choose a magic item that you can make with it, picking from the replicable items tables. The tables table tells you the level you must be in the class to choose an item from the table. Alternatively, you can choose the magic item from among common magic items in the game, not including potions or scrolls. See the item's description in the Dungeons and Masters Guide for more information about it.
Which we don't actually have, believe it or not.
So it doesn't require attunement, and optimized infusions are rapid. That's all they say. So it can be instantaneous or whatever. One more level, and I can.
I'm gonna say it will take 10 minutes, as that's the general ritual casting time.
Okay.
So that's probably the closest comparison that we can think of, at least now, quickly. So calling it 10 minutes to do the infusion, so it's not completely a short rest, but it's also not quite instantaneous. It's still fairly rapid.
Okay, no, that's fine. So we'll chop up and cut out and whatever, how many of those things we can, and then I will make a bag of holding so we can carry them.
Okay.
I go to the stinger, searching for the stinger. Seeing as that thing did a lot of damage to that guy, I'm trying to take it. Like, well, this thing. Take it.
Are you taking it or
I'm
you
not touching
directing? Okay.
Okay. Before I make the bag of holding, I shall go over with the saw and the whatever stuff and see if there is any, like, if I can deduce if where the stinger gland might be, or
Roll a medicine check for me. Bless would have dropped by now because he spent more than an hour.
okay, yeah, that's 22.
So you find it fairly easily. Roll me sleight of hand to see if you are able to cut it out without damaging the poison sac itself.
22.
You manage to get a poison sac. That does a fair amount of damage.
Does it come with the stinger or is it just the sack?
Well, you never well, he said cutting out the poison gland, not the stinger.
Oh, okay. I thought it like chopping off the whole enchilada, essentially.
Roll me another sleight of hand quickly.
That is a 17.
You managed to get the poison sac, the gland itself, not the stinger.
Okay.
We can use that to make good weapons.
Temujin will also break off as much of the teeth.
Roll me a strength check.
The other one, is there anything left?
Well, what you can see, I mean, its tail with the stinger is also piercing out. Most of the body that is above ground, for lack of a better term, has been blasted to smithereens.
You wanna try with that one too? I'll help you this time.
Wanted to get the stinger.
Yeah, and the whole thing.
Okay, so
More than 20.
You managed to get 4 teeth.
40.
No, here you can use the tools.
Yeah, I'm not very good with this stuff.
Okay,
You are good with blading. You've got.
I can cut it off if that's what you want.
Well, that's what we want, right?
Alright. Swing at the stinger just to cut it, but
So,
far enough.
as you reach for your kukri, you notice.
My back blade, which is a long sword that I created. Usually when I
Okay, fair enough.
The kukri vibrates in jealousy.
Which is riding on his. Well, the belt is on his lower back, and that kukri is hanging on that. So, for your own imagination, roll me sleight of hand check at disadvantage because of the way you're approaching this.
12.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
11. This is why I want to get poison.
I also have advantage against being poisoned.
That is 49 points of poison damage as you miss your mark and hit the gland itself, and poison sprays all over you.
See, this is why I asked you to do it, Will.
Well, you have no one to blame but yourself.
Hey, this is the guy who threw freaking Necronium in a cave again. Again!
But I
It's
didn't.
the term. Again!
I didn't get the poison sack now. Don't blame me for this one.
You got one. I told you that if you cut it out, I would help you with it.
Yeah, so you helped. So you did.
No, I
Okay.
cut it. That's
So,
not the
as
same
as
thing.
you're looking on, the poison's starting to burn away a portion of Grizz's face. Roll me a medicine check, please.
Your hands fucked, your face fucked, you fucked, man.
Fuck all the way already, so what does it matter?
At this stage, just jump off a bridge.
Medicine, right? 19.
Having been around for some time, you notice the skull doesn't quite resemble the look of the tiefling standing in front of you. The skull's more slender, almost elvish.
What are you?
Wait, you didn't know that?
No. Didn't.
You see? This is how we need communication. Next time you try and throw Necronium, scream it, I can get out of the way!
Well, it wouldn't have helped anyway.
Says who?
Says me.
How would it not have helped? Tell me.
Because you can't react on me screaming in your turn. In my turn.
You can hold
That is
it.
technically meta.
I know.
Well, comparing where they're standing, will Temujin have heard any of this? So, Temujin...
You're currently in a cavern, so there's echoes. It's fairly difficult to keep anything anyone says quiet.
So, Temujin will, after you got the 4 teeth... How big are the teeth, by the way, from my house?
15 centimeters long.
Temujin will walk over and kind of interrupt him like, okay boys, gentlemen, might I point out the fact that
I take the trident in hand.
Bonk.
Again.
Okay, so you're healing him with the trident again.
Yes.
Okay.
Only once 12 points of healing. There's only one charge left in the thing.
So you feel a lot better. But the people, you don't notice it. The people looking at you don't see a physical change occurring.
Strange, usually that works.
What usually works?
Healing usually heals.
Yeah, heal. I feel better.
They do not heal. For I can still see your skull.
Wait, what?
Feels normal to you.
Feels normal to me.
So Temujin will walk over at this stage, grab a bit of the skin that's kind of melting off, and just
There's no skin left, it's dissolved.
just the. So Temujin will walk over, and then there where the jaws make a hole, he'll just push his finger through the. Like
You feel a strange sensation in the side of your cheek.
I bite.
It's in the hole, so.
Oh.
No,
Still gonna
it's,
be
it's,
Huh?
no. I mean, the way the skull works, your teeth will be next to where his actual finger is.
Okay, push it off with my tongue again.
It is fucked up. You know what's fucked up? This fucked up.
On the day that power half fucked up, you fucked up. That's fucked up.
This is not normal.
So there is still a eye in the socket.
So at this stage, Temujin will just take a step back and nonchalantly hold his warhammer in both hands.
What you doing? They're more creatures? You don't know.
I don't know about more creatures, but there's something.
We can see your skull. We can see your eye moving in your skull socket, and he just pushed his finger
Through your
somewhere.
jaws.
Through your jaws.
Yes, on this episode of How Fucked Up Is Grizz, you cut off his fingers, put it on, and he looks weird now. This is the weirdest thing.
Oh, it's not the
Sorry for picking on you, Grizz.
Well, this might not be the weirdest thing. The big testicle worms will probably take that cake. However,
What's left of them?
yes. However, you not healing and me seeing your skull. Are you undead?
Not that I know of.
Do you have a beating heart?
Hey, Isla, you're almost a cleric. Do you maybe have Turn Undead as a learned spell?
Let me double check for you. She should
Or
have
any
actually.
undead related spells?
So Isla has Toll the Dead, which is the bells you were hearing earlier.
Does that keep going until you do damage?
No, I said I keep doing
He kept casting at
Yeah,
cantrip, so.
Highest damage dealing cantrip in the game.
it. Then
How much? What damage does it have?
it's 8,
2d8.
but if you're missing out, it does 12. D12.
2d12.
But that's probably on your level, right?
Yeah.
Closest she has is.
Yeah.
Except it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Instead of a 2 hit.
And I don't think I only need to see the creature. I don't need to be, I can see the creature if I can attack it.
Okay.
So, the closest she's got is Death Ward, which, if Isla casts on someone the first time, they hit 0 hit points from damage, then they drop to 1 instead of 0.
Oh, okay.
So it essentially prevents someone from dying instantly.
No, okay, that doesn't help us all. Never mind.
Whereas,
Call the dead.
There's a church bell in the background. I don't know how obvious that is on stream.
Chris,
Yeah.
that knife you got so clingy to, where is that knife?
Which one?
The weird shaped one. The pink one.
He holds out both.
So as you reach behind you, you find only one.
I've seen the misplaced one.
And the one you're holding, that's the normal one, I guess.
So you recognize the one that you are currently holding as Betrayer, as your original cookie.
Yeah, this is the original one. I don't know where the other one went.
Maybe. Maybe that has something to do with your face.
Displeased disfigurement?
Your new look.
You're losing.
I would love it if someone catches that reference.
You're losing what little je ne sais quoi you have.
Did I ever have that?
Apparently you did.
It's just
However, you're going into the negatives, buddy. You don't have much going for you, and now you don't even have looks.
So Ayla decides to cast Detect Magic to try and see what is going on with the way Grizz is currently looking. I will communicate with her separately as she is not here, and it's going to be a hell of a lot more entertaining if she knows and it's not necessarily with. So it is obviously her choice to share with everyone else what's going on, but I will share that information with her and let her choose whether or not she decides to share the information with everyone else.
I can't detect magic. I'm joking. I'll leave the suspense for next time.
So it is just past 11. You guys are in a cavern with 2 dead worms. 5 stalactites you have not yet quite identified. That looks different than the rest of the cavern, although no one has really gone close enough to reach them. Do you want to do anything specific at this point in time? Take a short rest, try and take a long rest, even though your previous long rest is only a few short hours prior.
So, Temujin will make the suggestion. While we're figuring out what's up in his face, I do suggest we maybe save the rudimentary cabin.
So-
Go for a shoot.
At this point where you are standing, you are able to notice the opposite side of the cavern, and you see there are 3 tunnels leading away. So there's the tunnel where you came in, the large cavern in which there is possibly some creatures that could be dangerous, as well as 4 additional tunnels leading in to where you are currently are.
I agree with her setting up camp.
Unlike the previous cavern, there's no alcoves which you could potentially use.
Does these worms have any sort of vacuum?
Roll a medicine check. in based on the size, not in any particular quantity, but yes, they do.
So Temujin will spend a little time, gather as much as he can, and then I'd say halfway between them and the three tunnels leading out, he'll just pile all of this on top of each other and create a small little fire, just away from the campsite.
In the light of the fire, you notice the purplish color of the worms that you did not notice before. So remember, you guys only had dark vision, which is in grayscale.
Grays.
You are now able to notice color. The three stalactites appear to be more brown, as opposed to the mostly black of the rock of their surroundings, and the worms have a purple color to them. So with the campsite, what are you guys doing? You taking a long rest, short rest? Just sitting around, twiddling your thumbs?
Just take a long rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and take a long rest.
Gain all the might we need if in case anything happens again.
Okay, so we will run the details of the long rest next time. Hopefully Megan will be able to join us, as she also took some damage, so it'll be better if we can incorporate her in the decisions of the long rest. So at this point, you not really end the day, but you end the day fairly early. It's been quite a tough battle, and we will pick it up in 2 weeks' time. So, thank you for joining us. This has been very interesting. It's been very fun. Nearly killed another character.
Damn it!
Well, let's rephrase. I nearly killed Mike. Again!
Yes!
And then we'll
No, it's not that bad.
I'm excited for next week when I have my prepared spells.
So, there's
raise the dead.
quite a lot of homework that I kind of need to do, based on the skills you guys have decided to cut up, that I need to go figure out how exactly they look and function and weigh and all that fun stuff. If you are a aspiring dungeon master, do not do that to yourself. Players are terrible human beings.
Yes.
They make your life difficult
Yes.
intentionally.
Yes.
No, I'm joking. It's absolutely fucking wonderful being behind the screen and knowing what the fuck's going on and toying with your players. So, please join us again in 2 weeks' time as we continue the story of the Solemn in the Underdark with the Isles of Adomawyr. The next Curse of Strahd is in 3 weeks' time, as that happens only every 4th Wednesday. And we will be seeing you then.
Hasta la vista, baby.
And I need to kind of find the great ones.